what do you think has been the most valuable part of the program?
I think the Discord group is probably like the biggest key out of everything because it's just so nice to go into the group and ask a question. All these members already know what they're doing, or they're maybe higher than me. They pretty much just jump in and they answer the question quickly if I need a quick answer. So.
Hey everyone, welcome to today's case study. We're so excited to have Jose here with us to share his journey through the ECG Wholesale program and Brand Direct Blueprint. And before we dive in, I'll just introduce myself real quick. My name is Dan Buford. I'm the founder of ECG Wholesale, and I've been able to build a multi-eight-figure Amazon business over the last 7 years of selling. So let's kick it off. Jose, before we dive into the details on Amazon, can you share a quick background on yourself with us, how you got into Amazon, how long you've been selling, what were you doing before Amazon, et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah, no, and thank you for having me here, of course. So obviously, my name is Jose. I've been in the Amazon game for probably now 4 years. Just like everybody else, I started off doing RA. Kind of played with OA a little bit, but OA wasn't really my thing, so I kind of stuck with RA for probably the last 3 years before even joining ECG and Wholesale and all that. But yeah, I pretty much started with RA. I was going to stores all over the state. I'm in the East Coast and was going all over states, jumping different states too, doing all that crazy stuff. But
Yeah.
it got to a point where I was like, okay, this is getting a little kind of annoying, dealing with all that. So I figured it was time
Yeah.
to do something else.
Yeah, it's definitely fun at first. It's like a treasure hunt, but then after a while, then it kind of starts feeling like a job, and then there's a lot of like headaches that go with it, and then you get kind of burnt out from it, I think, or at least that's what happened to me. So, um, wholesale is definitely like a more sustainable business with less ups and downs, fluctuations, craziness. So, um, but it does take a little longer to build the foundation. But so I guess that's a good segue to the next question. Why did you decide to go to Brand Direct, and yeah, what made you think going to wholesale in general was a good idea for you?
Honestly, really just for the longevity of things. I mean, in the beginning with the whole RA stuff, I mean, I loved the profits and everything, but it got to a point where I was like, how am I gonna build an actual big long-term business by doing, we're chasing the next deal basically. And
Yep.
with the way things are moving with Amazon, with all the Section 3s and authenticity complaints and all that stuff, I was like, let's play it safe. I want to run this again for the long term. I think it's time to start, focusing more on, the whole brand direct and working closely with brands and actually delivering them some sort of value to them.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And when did you join exactly? And so far, have you had any success with working with any distributors or brands? What's your journey been like thus far?
Oh yeah, I see. I think I joined around the November of last year, so I'm pretty much almost been a year in so far. And yeah, since I've joined, I mean, the amount of value that I've learned in the modules and all the core stuff, it tremendously helped me, and it really changed my perspective on how I'm viewing this whole Amazon stuff. I mean, like I said before, in the beginning, I was kind of treating it as like a side hustle, just chasing the next deal and trying to make some quick profits. And now I've completely changed like the way I view things. That's like this is an actual legit business.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Um, and what issues did you initially face, if any, starting Brand Direct? Yeah, what was the hardest part in making this transition, and how'd you work past those problems?
The hardest part I'll probably say was really just finding one that would say yes. Getting that first yes essentially was the hardest. But I mean, after I got that first yes, I was like, okay, so this is how to get that yes. Now I'm just like, okay, let's switch things up and just keep working on that. Basing off of that.
Yeah, for sure. The first one's the hardest by far, but you can build off that first one, and it gets easier and easier, and to the point where you're like, all right, I can get brands to work with on command. You just kind of like turn on the faucet, like, all right, we're gonna make a push for outreach until you get that second, third, fourth. Yeah, that first one's definitely harder than finding like a quick arbitrage deal, but unlike arbitrage, like you're not building a house out of toothpicks. You're building a house with like a good foundation. So, and the foundation takes a while, but once you
Oh yeah.
have it, you can really build something much bigger. So, um, yeah, I couldn't agree more on that. Um, And then thinking about the whole program as a whole, as you look back like the last year, what do you think has been the most valuable part of the program for you? Like, was it one-on-one support or the group calls, or like the pre-recorded modules? What stood out to you as like the game changer?
Oh, I mean that's a tough one to answer because the thing is like everything just kind of it's all equal level. But I mean, if I
Yeah,
was to really put something to stand out, I mean I think the Discord group is probably like the biggest key out of everything because it's just so nice to go into the group and ask a question. All these members already know what they're doing or they're maybe higher than me. They pretty much just jump in and they answer the question quickly if I need a quick answer. So I really think that's
which
the
is
biggest
awesome.
part.
Yeah. There's some really experienced sellers, even some people have worked like ex Amazon, and some smart people in there. And I go in like daily to try and answer questions, but usually I see like someone else has like not only answered but like a really good answer too. So I
Oh
just give them
yeah,
a thumbs up.
good answers is what they give. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's awesome. Yeah, we try to just hit people with like a fire hose of info. Like you can pick it up from like three, four, or five different sources, and just hit you with everything you need. So I'm glad to hear actually that there wasn't like one specific game changer. You got value out of multiple aspects of the program. So um, that's awesome. And a more general question, like what has Amazon slash Brand Direct done for your life, and like how's your life changed since starting to sell on Amazon? And do you see yourself doing this for like a lot more years in the future?
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't really done any drastic changes there. I mean, I'm still in the whole learning phase and growing the business and all that. But it is fun. I mean, I love dealing with all this every single day. Waking up
Yeah,
and doing all of this. But I definitely am gonna be working on this like for the next, who knows how long, lifetime kind of thing. Um,
yeah,
but I mean, yeah, it's done some changes. Like it's gotten to a point where now I can kind of just be full time with it and really just have to focus on this and not really worry about anything else. So I would probably say
yeah.
that's
That's
probably the biggest change so far.
yeah. And I liked what you said about like you love waking up and tackling this, and like I have the same feeling since I started with Amazon. Like once you enter, it's an interesting, chaotic world. A lot of ups, a lot of downs, but there's never a dull moment, and it like really doesn't feel like work to me. Like I feel like I really haven't worked ever since I started this. Like yeah, I work hard at it, but it's just kind of like part of my life, and it's fun. And I never like just wake up and like like I don't want to do anything. I'm always motivated to like push things forward in one way or another.
I think
So
it's more that it's like something different every day, not like a job where you're coming in doing pretty much the same thing every day. It's always something different, which is cool.
yeah, exactly. And just like knowing that there's uncapped potential out there, and like
Oh,
really it's
yeah.
just up to you to like to keep growing. Like Amazon is not the limitation. Most jobs out there in the world, it's like you're just kind of capped. And I like the feeling of just being able to say like I can 10x this, I can 100x this, and it's really just up to me. Like can't like can I make this work? Can I put it together? So that's motivating to me. But let's see. Can you still hear me, by the way? Because I think.
Yeah, no, yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
All right, good. Your video froze. I just wanted to make sure. So, and then last question for you. If someone's watching this very video, considering starting Amazon, working with us, or switching from arbitrage to wholesale, what would you say to help them decide or not to join ECG? And who do you think would be like the ideal person to join this program to get the most value out of it?
I mean, it's more so like if you're just ready to just get into something new and build something really just long term, just like what everybody says, and it is true what they all say. If you want something long term, like this really is the way to go. The whole RA stuff, I mean, it'll work for like I don't know, a couple months, maybe a few years, whatever. But realistically, the whole name of the game of just building a business where you can have that freedom that you want, go travel where you want. I mean, look, Dan's out here in Colombia. I mean, he's still making money with his business. He's not really doing that kind of work like how we are, and already sellers going out to stores or whatever. So, I mean, that's the kind of life that I want to be living. Is just going to travel and just still making money without having to do, much work like that.
Yeah, for sure. It's a surreal feeling. Like I can't spend money fast enough here. Like I just do whatever I want, and then at the end of every day, I wake up richer. It's pretty insane. So, not to brag or anything, but it genuinely is a crazy feeling like that. I just
You,
have
you
to.
have every right to. I mean, you have
Yeah,
the right to. So,
yeah, and I wish that for each and every person trying to make it in Amazon. there's a lot of camaraderie in the Amazon world. I consider really everyone a friend that's trying to do this. Um, so yeah, wishing the best for you and everyone else watching this as well. And yeah, I guess that's about it. So yeah, we'll continue on, and yeah, thank you again for coming on and doing this, and yeah, hopefully someone out there gets inspired by this and your journey, and yeah, I'll see you back in the Discord, my friend.
Awesome. Sounds great. And thanks, Dan, for that.
Yeah, 100%.